So I've seen a lot of pitches, and there is one case that I was watching a pitch competition, and there was this person pitching something quite similar to a very well established business, but it was like for some local market. And I was like, this seems like this is so easy to be disrupted. And this person got 100K just like this at the end of the event. And now I've been like trying to raise, but I've been getting feedback from investors. Oh, maybe, we need to see this and this and that. So, um, this dude, it was like a 20 something year old person. So there is no like so much track record of building businesses and so on. So they invested in him because he was like, I'm sorry to say, a white dude, you know, with a good
Not successful.
education and probably very well connected parents. I don't know like what it was, but he got 100K. And I was like, on my initial journey. So I was like, wow, that's good. I have way more solid business than this. It's not going to be hard for me then because, I've done my homework and mine is not just a pitch deck. It's an actual, it's like we have a demo, we have validated with thousands of people. So, and also when you come from like, when you're like usually a woman in business, you know that you need to back yourself up so much more. Before I even talk to someone, I already have in my mind, like, oh, they're going to ask this, this and that and that and that. Already before anything, I was already prepared so much for all the challenges that would come. So I think, a lot of people like me, uh, are like that, like come, 100 times more prepared and still we get a no. Still, it's like, oh, how lovely idea, but we are not there yet. Come back when you have 10,000 users. And then someone with a pitch deck with trying to disrupt a very well established business still
Right.
gets an investment like this. So this is what I feel like, I want it to change for sure. Makes sense for me, like business. And then when you see like the also is done by women have way better success rates um, because of that. Like as I said, like you prepare so much because you have already you've been criticized and questioned so much in your whole life, in your whole career. So you already come prepared for whatever it is um, that they're gonna question you. And you build actually businesses. I'm not building um, a machine to raise funds, you know. That's not that's not what I'm building. I'm building a business that's gonna be sustainable, that's gonna be profitable. I'm not looking to like I've seen people talking like, yeah, I'm gonna exit and so on. I'm like, hey, I want to build a business, and like really sustainable and it's gonna keep going and so on. And obviously, if it happens that you exit, okay, so be it. But there are people already like when they start building their deck already like putting the exit there. And I'm like, wow, amazing. Good for you.
I but I like that you're building with intention. All right. You're not raising funds just to get more funds necessarily. I mean, the goal is to create the thing that you're out there to create. And you're trying to actually solve a problem.
Yeah.
But you did bring up a really good point about how you'll see the different levels of preparedness. I had a conversation like just yesterday about how they think women have a fear of failure sometimes. And I would really want to push back on this whole thing that, women are not in certain kind of roles or doing certain things because there's a fear keeping them back. I think there's an actual reality that they're seeing. They have to basically be their own compass to guide themselves in some ways. They may not have like the network around them to be able to orient them in the direction of this might be successful, this may not be. They may not have the map already kind of drawn out for them in that sense. And so when you don't have that map already drawn out for you, it can be that you look at things step by step,
Mm,
because that is the most logical way of looking at it. And I think if you took the mentality of somebody else who has a whole different reality than you know, and you're like, "Ah, I'm gonna follow this particular path," but you don't have the tools they have. You don't have, like, the funding, the resources, the connections. You don't have that. You're gonna build a very, very different thing,
yeah,
and you probably you know, are gonna get there, sure, but your way is gonna look different. And I think that's a thing where to honor and respect that difference and be able to say, "Hey, look, this is the reality these people are facing, and look how they're approaching that. They're solving that problem, an actual real problem, you
yeah,
know, the meta problem of the system sometimes to be able to make that progress." And they build good businesses as a result. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's a fear of failure. I think it's just pragmatism in the face of, you know, some real actual realities and some valid solution building, you know?
I think so. And then you end up like thinking differently, right? Because of your walk of life and lived experiences.